Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I know it has been a little bit of time since I've posted the last video. I think that was a makeup video. I hope you guys liked it. I did take a little break, like a little spring break, you would say, just for self-care and all that. So I hope you guys understand that. And in the meantime, I have been watching 90 Day Fiance, you guys. Happily Ever After. These couples on this 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After, I've seen them before. I think before they were married. So that's a little background, and then I'm watching them now. I'm not going to review the first or the second episode, even though I have watched it, and I may kind of get into what happened a little bit, but y'all know if y'all are watching this and y'all clicked on this video. So I'm going to do reviews on 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After from now on, just because I think it's kind of interesting what I'm watching, and I hope that we can kind of have discussions in the comment section about what is going on in this season. Okay, so I'm going to review episode 3 today, Mistrials of Marriage. Okay, so go ahead and subscribe or whatnot, because we are going to be having a good journey on 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After. I think there's another one coming out, like What Now or something, in June. I may be reviewing that, I'm not sure. I kind of have to see the couples on there, and if they're new couples or if they're older couples that I don't know about, then I'm like, I don't know about them. But if they're newer couples, if they're new couples and we're just seeing them for the first time, I'll probably review it, something like that. But anyway, okay, that's out the way. Let's get into this episode. Okay, so first we see Colt and Larissa. Okay, Colt is 33 years old and Larissa is 32 years old. Okay, Larissa's kind of like my favorite. Okay, between Larissa and Paolo, they're pretty much my favorite on the show. Okay, so Colt is from Las Vegas, and that's where they're at now, and Larissa is from Brazil. So I kind of know their backstory a little bit. Larissa's very outspoken, boo. Okay, she is a Brazilian woman. She's beautiful. She's independent, and she has her own mind, and you're not gonna tell her what to think or what to say or what to do. Okay, so that is Larissa. Colt is the complete opposite. Okay, Colt is like, he don't really be caring one way or the other. If he does, he's not gonna let you know, and he's gonna talk in a very low tone that you're not really gonna kind of get, but you're gonna be like, okay, all right, Colt, okay. And so Colt and Larissa, they've been having some craziness going on. Apparently he called the cops on Larissa, okay, because they were having a domestic dispute and he didn't like how it was going on, and so he called the cops. I'm like, people are so quick to call the cops. I'm like, oof, Lord have mercy, over a dispute, like an argument. But okay, to each their own. I'm not saying people shouldn't, but it's just like, okay. So he called the cops on Larissa, and Larissa got locked up. Y'all. That was a couple of days before her wedding, and she spent 2 nights in jail in a slammer. She said she was scared, but she had made some friends along the way. Somebody was in there protecting her, basically. Okay, so Larissa had some protection. Them 2 nights in jail, she got out. She was upset, as I would be, and she was like, why, like, the Colt was making it seem like that he called the cops, but he didn't like give a statement to the cops at all, saying like what happened or whatever. Like, kind of like the police decided to go ahead and just lock her up, basically, and pursue charges against her, and that Colt didn't have anything to do with it. Okay, come to find out, Colt gave a whole statement to the police. Okay, talking about, she was raising her voice at me, and she kind of pushed me, almost trying to scratch me and stuff. Larissa didn't find this out until, like, she talked to her lawyer or something like that, and then her lawyer. Her lawyer. Okay, her lawyer is cute. Okay, what's his name? Adam. I put down Adam the lawyer, you guys. That is his name. Okay, he's cute. Even Larissa was like, thank you, like, after the end or whatever. She's like, my lawyer is cute. Okay, we see it. Okay, so Adam the lawyer told her that Colt gave a statement, girl. Colt trying to get you locked up, girl. He's not looking out for you. Okay. It didn't seem like it was that big of a situation, because Colt is like over it. everybody's over it, and so she's still having to pursue these charges. And there wasn't like these 90 Day Fiance episodes are like 2 hours long, and not that much be happening in every episode. So it's like nothing really happened with them. Like she understands she was going to court. She don't like that mama. They staying with Colt and Larissa are staying with his mom because Colt wants to take care of his mama, and they have a really close relationship. But Larissa and Colt's mama don't get along, okay? Not in the slightest, okay? I think it's definitely both ways going with them. For Larissa, it's hard living with his mom and fighting with Colt and everything and having disagreements with Colt like a healthy couple, but you're doing that in front of his mama. So it's like, it's weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, can we just have some space to like, for me to call you stupid and your mama not here? You know what I'm saying? So, and we get where Debbie's coming from because, Colt's mom, Debbie, because she's like, hey, don't talk to my son like that. Like, you push her on my son and you're very disrespectful and all this other stuff. It's just because they live in the house together and they're a new couple, and it's weird and it's awkward. So I get their whole relationship. So they don't like each other. So basically Larissa goes to court and she's nervous. She looks nice. She looks cute. She got some nice little heels on. She's walking around with Debbie. Debbie is her chauffeur basically because Larissa does not have a car, okay? So Debbie brings her to the courthouse, and Debbie's trying to help her find out exactly where to go and everything. And so I guess it didn't take that long. They dropped the charges. Adam, the lawyer, was like, I got you, boo. They dropped the charges, okay? But, you know, the state could, or city, whatever, could decide to go ahead and try to re-prosecute you if they want to, if they try to be petty. But it doesn't really happen. But if that happens, girl, call me. She like, shoot, I might call you anyway, just to call you, Adam. What's up? Basically, that's how Larissa was looking at Adam, okay? And I was like, well, okay, Larissa, shoot, okay, all in front of the cameras, okay, all right. So yeah, and then she was happy that Debbie had her back because, you know, she didn't want Debbie to be in the courtroom with her. But at the last moment, she was like, Debbie, come in the courtroom with me just to have some support. And she felt like Debbie gave her some support, and she was appreciative of that. So, yeah. But she is mad at Colt still because Colt was the one who, he lied and said he didn't give a statement, but he did. So she's like, so you, okay. Okay, so we gonna see that play out in the next episode, okay? But anyway, that is it for Colt and Larissa. Bye. Okay, Chantel and Pedro. The Family Day Chantel, y'all. Oh Lord, the Family Day Chantel. We haven't seen the Family Day Chantel in episode 3. Okay, but Chantel is from Atlanta. She's 27. Pedro is from the DR, Dominican Republic, and he is 27. And they just, okay. Chantel's family, or the Family Day Chantel as Pedro calls them, they are a lot to deal with. Okay, they're very invasive. They are rude. They are everything negative. Go ahead and fill in the blank to Pedro, okay? I don't know if it's because that's their daughter and they just are so like uber protective of her, or they don't want to let her make her own mistakes, or, you know, I don't know. I've watched Pedro and Chantel before. I forgot on which version of 90 Day Fiance. But they are something else, okay? And Pedro does not like Chantel's family. They came to blows, Pedro and her brother. For what reason, I forgot. And they probably forgot, but we still know that we don't like them, okay? I'm on Pedro's side. I'm like, if I was Pedro, I would be like the same thing. Like, I don't mess with your family like that. They rude, they evil. I ain't trying to... I mean, it's kind of like don't be with Chantel because she's just like her family too. So anyway, but that's y'all business. That's not my business. Okay, so we see them. They're going on a double date. They have been arguing, child, the first 2 seasons. I mean, the first 2 episodes. They have just been arguing back and forth. Chantel doesn't want to be away from her family. Pedro does not want to be around them people at all. You hear me? They're trying to move to a different city. Her family's in Atlanta. They're looking at houses in Savannah. Chantel, who goes to school in Atlanta, but Pedro's like, look, you gonna need to find a school in Savannah because I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Okay, I'm not doing it. Okay, and I'm like, okay, Pedro. And yeah, they're going on a double date with another couple named Cassie and Danny. They're in the same boat as Chantel and Pedro. Danny is from the DR too. Okay, so I guess Chantel and Danny thought they had something in common because they were both from the DR. And Danny was like, she think we got something in common because we were both from the DR. And you could tell on his face he was like, okay, I guess. And so they're at this like little hibachi Korean grill. I don't know, okay? They was putting some meat on a fire, and I was kind of more interested in that than what was going on in this conversation. Cassie and Danny, they were pretty much in the same, according to them, were in the same boat as Chantel and Pedro the first couple years. Danny was going back to the DR by himself, multiple trips. He was going back, bringing money back, and, you know, she didn't like that. And they got over that, and now they have 2 kids. Okay? So Chantel is like, that gives Chantel hope because she's like, maybe he will do that. Pedro will do that and will stop going to the DR and being with his family and, you know, going to see his family for me. Okay. So they start fighting at the table. Okay. Chantel and Pedro, I still have Pedro's side even with this little argument because Chantel doesn't give him, Pedro does not have a support system in America. And Chantel and her family don't make it easy for Pedro. Like, even if he was with her just for the green card, you could tell Pedro was at least trying to like be in a relationship, in a healthy relationship with Chantel. And it's just not like Chantel comes with a lot. Like, she is condescending. She's very monotone, okay, which is a little aggravating. And she will interject herself while you're talking, you know, and that's annoying too. So as someone who was like English is his second language, it's hard for him to communicate because she's always like overbearing and like overpowering him, and that's a lot. So I get where Pedro is coming from. I'm like, boo, take your little month-long vacation to the DR and get away because you need it, because you don't have a support system and your wife is not supporting you and it's not standing up for you with, again, you know, to her family for you. So it's like, clear your head, go to the DR. And Cass and Yen are like, you're going to stay a month in the DR by yourself? A month? And Pedro's like, yeah. Okay. And I'm like, okay, Pedro, do your thing. Do your thing. So we get a scene with him. He's calling his sister. His sister does not like Chantel. He tells his sister, yeah, I'm you know, she don't even want to, she mentioned to me, I don't like to talk about what, you know, what my wife says, but she mentioned to me that she doesn't even want to have kids with me right now. And I'm like, okay, Pedro, but like Chantel was saying that she doesn't want to bring kids in a toxic situation like what they have now. And I'm like, okay, I understand that, Chantel, because it is a toxic situation, okay? Like your man and your family are like beefing hardcore. It's a lot, okay? So I get where she was coming from on that. But apparently that hurt his feelings. So his sister was like, yeah, she don't even want to have kids with you? Come home, brother. Come home by yourself though, okay? He's like, yeah, I'm coming home by myself. She was like, hey, ooh, don't cut up. And he was like, you know, we're gonna cut up. I'm gonna be with my people, okay? So they're excited. He's excited. He's like, shoot, I might just stay in the DR. And I was like, okay. The next time we see them, oh gosh, I'm getting confused between the episodes. But I think the next time we see them, nothing is really happening. The next time we see them, they go to the immigration lawyer, and Pedro was in there like, my green card, you know, it's about to expire. I gotta renew it for when I renew it, it's gonna be for 10 years. Okay, he's been married for 2 years. I think he's had the green card for 2 years, and so this will be a 10-year stint when he renews it. And so he's like, look, so if I get divorced, I can still have my green card, that 10-year one? How did it work? And the immigration lawyer was like, yeah, it's okay. You can still have your green card even though you're going through a divorce or whatever. And Chantel is like, why you ask her that? And he was like, we here to ask questions. That's why I'm here asking her a question. Why would I come here if I didn't want to ask? Girl. So Chantel was like, okay, so say like, you know, say if we get a divorce, am I still responsible for him? Because if you're married to somebody who's an immigrant on a green card, that person, the American, is responsible for them, okay? And here she goes with her condescending tone or whatever in the immigration office. And the immigration lawyer was like, yeah, you're still responsible for him, boo, even if y'all divorce. And Chantel was like, oh, I know you lying. She was like, no, girl, I'm not lying. Like, you are seriously still responsible for him. And she was like, that's not fair. And the immigration lawyer was like, okay, next question. And Pedro asked about something about if he can have a business in the DR or whatever, and Chantel doesn't know about what business he's talking about. But I was like, okay. And I think that's it for them. They on the rocks, sure. Okay, and whatever. Okay, now we get to Jay and Ashley. Ashley is 32 years old, and Jay is 20 years old. I was like, what? I think Ashley's from Pennsylvania. I'm not sure, y'all. I think that's what I saw. And Jay is from Jamaica, okay? Jay has been cutting up, probably because he's 20 years old, girl. And he told you he was a player when he got with you. His daddy's a player. He come from a long line of players. And that's just what it is. This storyline is crazy because Ashley knew what it was. And Ashley is giving me vibes like that she thinks she wants a good guy, but she really wants a Jay, and she'll go out and she'll chase behind a Jay. That's the kind of vibe she giving me. I could be wrong, but that's the kind of vibe she giving me. So yeah, Jay has apparently they're married. Jay has apparently got in trouble because he was on some dating apps, like multiple dating apps, and he was trying to talk to other women on the dating apps, and even took it a step further and was trying to meet with them at their house, like at Ashley and Jay's house that her 2 kids live in, or I think she has 2 kids, don't quote me. And so I was like, girl, that's a mess. Okay, but anyway, so Ashley is rightfully mad at that, but he told her he was a player. But anyway, Ashley's mad, girl. She going to the hair salon. Okay, she going to put some tracks in. Okay, it looked cute. It looked very cute. She looked very nice. Okay, and she's getting ready to go on a date. Okay, it was no meeting. She was going on a date. Okay, she needs to clear her head, think about some things, because he was, getting on her nerves. Jay was getting on her nerves. So she's going to go see her ex-boyfriend, Mikey. Okay, Mikey and Jay cannot be further opposites. Okay, Mikey seems like a very nice man. He's a lot older than Jay. He seems like he's pretty, he's kind of confident. You know what I'm saying? Based on some of the things he was saying in the interview part. But he seems pretty like low-key, laid down. He got a job, like a regular guy. Okay. And so Mikey and her are talking. Mikey's like, she's the one that got away. We used to hang out. That was my girl. She picks some bad men in the past. The only one that she hasn't picked bad has been me. But other than that, she picks terrible men, and that's what it is. And so she's flirting with Mikey over here. She is really flirting with Mikey. She's giving him googly eyes, like. And then Mikey's like, "What's up? Like, why you here? Does your man know you're here with me?" And she's like, "No, he knows I'm out, but he don't know I'm here with you." Okay, so what's up? I was like, okay, Ashley, okay, all right. So she's like, so you think I should? And she tells Mikey like the situation, like that he, has basically been acting crazy. And she's like, so what you think I should do, Mikey? And Mikey's like, you know what I think you should do, girl? Come get with a real one, you know what I'm saying? But he was like, yeah, I mean, he don't appreciate you, so what's up? And she's like, well, thank you, Mikey. She gets home. Jay's waiting for her like, what? Why you don't pick up your text, okay? And she was like, look, I'm not gonna talk at all. Who you went on the date with? And she was like, I went with Mikey. Who is Mikey? And she was like, well, it's my ex-boyfriend, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, oh wow, so you go on dates with your ex-boyfriend, okay. And so my Jamaican accent is terrible. I'm struggling, okay? I'm struggling, but I really want to try it. And if I'm offending anybody, y'all please tell me to stop. Please tell me to stop, and I will stop, okay? But anyway, so he's like, who is Mikey? And she's like, that's my ex-boyfriend. And he was like upset. He was like, why are you going on a date with your ex-boyfriend? And, how would you like it if I went to date with my ex-girlfriend? And she was like, well, you went on some Tinder dates apparently. So, whatever, stupid. And, yeah, they're just like, okay. He didn't like it. And she was like, okay, well, you didn't like it. Well, I don't like you. That's all that happened with them, y'all. I'm done with them, okay? Russ and Paulo. Paulo is my favorite, okay? Russ is 32. He's from Oklahoma. And Paulo is from Colombia, okay? Russ and Paulo are cute. They have been pretty much like a stable couple, like compared to the other couples. Paulo is pregnant now at 5 months with their child. They're going to be having a boy. Paulo does not like Russ's family because she feels like they are not really trying to get to know her, and they judge her too much because she's a model and she has big boobs and a Coke bottle body, and they just and she likes to wear stuff that shows off her body, and she feels like they judge her for her body and her pictures and who she is. She's a very family oriented person. Like she was very close with her family from what we've seen in the past. And you can tell she wants that with Russ's family, but they are the complete opposite of Paulo, okay? Very, very Oklahoma, okay? So Russ has convinced her that they live in Florida, but he's convinced her that they should go back to Oklahoma so that, his family can throw her a baby shower. And she's like, I don't know because your family doesn't like me, so why would I go back to people I know who don't like me, and for bring my baby around that and all this other stuff? Just like, I don't want to give him another chance. And he was like, well, you should give him another chance. Like, come back with me, it'll be good, And she's like, okay. So we see Paulo, and she's going to get her nails done with one of her friends, one of her only friends in Oklahoma, named Christine. Christine seems like a nice woman, very, very Oklahoma. And so Paulo and her are talking, and she's like, I don't know why I'm here, girl, but I'm here for Russ and to try to get along with his family, but I don't know, like, I feel like they don't like me, all this other stuff. And Christina's like, yeah, because you're so much different than everybody here, not in a bad way, but you're yourself, and you're loud in a good way. Like, she lights up a room, she speaks what's on her mind, and that's not what they do, apparently, according to Christine in Oklahoma. So that's why they don't like you. That's what she's saying. And so we cut to Russ and his family are at his mom and dad's house, and they're getting ready for the baby shower. His mom is like made some nice little food and stuff and decorated really nice for Paulo. Paulo, apparently in Oklahoma, they come to the shower 2 hours early, okay? I was like, okay, girl, why y'all there 2 hours early? Like, did y'all like come and stop by and was like, hey, what's up? And y'all was gonna peace out, or I was like, okay, I guess they do that in that city, in Oklahoma City, okay? But they were there 2 hours early for the baby shower. It was like a packed house. And Apollo was like an hour late, okay? So everybody was like, Paolo is like an hour late. We're like, we got to go. Like, we can't sit around and wait for Paolo. And so some people had left or whatever, and Russ's parents were like, why is she's being rude and disrespectful? Like, she's an hour late. Like, what is going on? And so Russ is like, yeah, I know. So he calls her and he's like, hey man, wait, what you doing? And she's like, wait, I'm coming. Wait, okay? And so she gets there like an hour late, and they are being very, like, you can tell when somebody does not like you, but they're just trying to be nice to you. That's kind of the vibes that she was getting from them. And it was very awkward. I felt very awkward for her. Like, even though she was an hour late, like, if you guys are really trying to put forth an effort to, like, get to know this girl and, like, get to know her culture and get to know her family and welcome her, like, it seems like they were just like, we're gonna hate you because you were late, okay? This whole time while you were here, we're not gonna like you, okay? And so it was just super awkward. She was opening presents and everything, and they were just like staring at her, and I was like, girl, I would have had to, well, you can't drink while you're pregnant, but I was like, I would have had to give me a drink because they was just making me nervous. She's like, even in her interview, she was like, they were making me nervous, girl. I didn't feel comfortable. And I was like, I totally agree with Paula. Like, it was a very awkward situation. And so his mom is like pissed. And I was like, I mean, I get why you're pissed, but it's like it seems like they're not really putting that much effort into liking Paulo. And she's like, in Colombia, like, girl, parties start like an hour late. Like, people don't be coming to the party till like after the party start, okay? And I'm like, girl, as a black woman, I completely understand. And when you're at a party, like, the parties usually last for like a long time, especially baby shower. Like, people are just coming and stopping by and whatnot, and having a good time. It's not that big of a deal. But it was a big deal to them and, Russ's mom and them. So it was just like a communication type of error. Like, that's where I feel like the party, like, Russ should have been there and step up and been like, hey, I know my wife is going to be late. So I'm going to make sure that everybody, like, is on the same page. But I feel like Russ did not do that. And so he left Paolo out there to, like, catch the brunt of it, And I don't think that was fair to her. So I'm on Paolo's side for that. And so she communicates with this to him, like, after the baby shower. She's like, I don't feel comfortable in your family. They don't seem like they like me. I'm done with it. And so he's like, oh, God, I got to tell her something. And it's going to be big. We go see that on next episode, okay? Anyway, that's it for them. Nothing too much. Then we get to Andre and Elizabeth. Andre is 32. Elizabeth is 28. He's from Chisinau, Moldova, and she's from Florida, okay? They have been married for a year, and they are having a baby girl, okay? And it's the same thing with every couple, boy. He does not like her family, okay? Even though the family is pretty much paying everything for them. They're staying in her dad's house for the free, okay? And it seems like he's, like, paying for expenses and bills and whatnot, okay? Because they both don't have a job. And yeah, it's a bad situation. Andre, I don't, he seems like an okay guy. He's just like, he doesn't seem rational, okay? You are staying in this man's house for the free, okay? For the free. And like Daddy said in another instance, like he was talking to her, telling her why he's upset about this whole situation. Like, they don't even take care of the house that they in for free. Excuse me? Like, well, that's the least you can do. So I feel like they're really being Andre and Elizabeth are really being, like, kind of childish with this. Like, they should respect the dad more. They're going to be in your child's life, Andre, so get used to it. Like, I'm not really going to spend that much time on them because it was just silly. Like, they should be more respectful of the dad's feelings because he is paying for y'all way of life. Like, stop it. That's it for y'all. Nicole and Azan. Okay, I think this is like a fan favorite, Nicole and Azan, because Nicole be cutting up. Okay, and Azan too. Okay, so Nicole is 25. She's from Florida, and Azan is 26, and he is from Morocco. Okay, Nicole and Azan. Azan cannot get to the U.S. Shay. They said the U.S. denied him coming over here, and so they tried to go to Morocco to get married. And yeah, they decided at the last minute that they did not have the funds to have a big marriage, and so they were gonna postpone it. And so he can't come back to the U.S. So she can't stay there in Morocco because she's not a Moroccan citizen. She could only stay there for 90 days. So she had to come back to the U.S. and live without him. And so they're doing the long distance thing, okay? So she's in America looking all sad and trying to explain to her family, like, what's going on. And she don't really know what's going on. And she don't really be telling everybody what's going on. Like, even the producers. Like, there's like a money issue thing. And they were supposed to start a business with the money that she had, like thousands of dollars or something like that, and she was supposed to start she saved that up for the wedding, but then they were going to use that for a business in Morocco, but then it didn't work out. It was like, girl, what's going on? Okay, what is going on? Like, I don't understand. Okay, so there's some stuff that she's not really communicating with us. And Azan is banned in a couple of countries. Okay, and he can't come to the U.S. Okay, and then she was saying how they are, what is this country? They are planning a vacation to Grenada, and her mom, they were having like a B-Day party for her daughter May. Her mom brought up that, like, they had a problem because they tried to go to South Korea, and they wouldn't let him in South Korea. And her mom was like, girl, why they wouldn't let you? Why wouldn't they let Azan in South Korea? And Nicole was like, I don't know. They didn't tell him. Nicole. Either they told him, but he didn't tell you, or you not telling everybody else and you know. So, girl, which one is it? It's just so much confusion with Nicole. And then she has her daughter's real father is not in the picture at all. So she has her daughter calling Azan daddy. Okay, and girl, it's a mess. Okay, it's a mess. And that was the B-Day party, basically, them talking about Azan and like, girl, what you doing? And you going to Grenada, but will they let him in Grenada? Okay. Next scene, we got her at the grocery store, because she was saying Azan wants her to get healthy, girl. I guess her and Azan, but it seemed like Azan was the one who was like, you need to get healthy. And so she's going to this it's like an organic natural market, okay? And she's just in there just riding, girl. Her and May in there riding, picking out some fruit. Every fruit they see, girl. Put some bananas in there, girl. Put some lettuce, some grapes. I don't know. Put something in there, May. I don't know, okay? And so she's like, let me call daddy. So she calls Azan. And she's like, Azan, you know, what's up? It's been a little while. I miss you. I love you. And so she was like, my dad wants to see you, like, wants to meet you, because her dad has never met Azan. Her mom has, which was awkward. But her dad didn't. So he's like, I want to see him. You know, I want to get the blessing or whatever. But, you know, I want to know who my child is marrying. And so he's like, look, I don't know. Because when your mama came over here to Morocco, she kind of found me out and found out I was talking to all kind of girls and whatnot. So I don't want that to happen. I don't want to get exposed again. So I really don't want to see your daddy, but I know I'm going to have to. TLC is going to make me see your daddy. So they're going to find a way for me to see your daddy. So, okay, go ahead. Yeah, I'll see him. That's fine. And she was like, yay, great. I love you. See you. Bye. He's like, bye. Azan wasn't into it. That's it for the episode, you guys. This episode wasn't that much or whatever. Congrats to my girl who got free, who don't have to, you know, she don't have to do no jail time or got nothing on her record, or I guess my girl Larissa, But that's pretty much all that happened in this episode, you guys. Let me know what y'all thought. Go ahead and give me a like if you liked the video. Go ahead and hit subscribe because this is going to be a long journey for us, okay? Go ahead and do that. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you guys thought of the episode. Did I miss anything? Because 2 hours, y'all. 2 hours. Did I miss anything? Please let me know and let us know in the comments. I love y'all. I will talk to y'all in the next video. Bye.